Hi everyone, welcome to Curvy Heart Face Painting. I'm Kimber Bryan. Today I wanted to do a werewolf. Now I know that Halloween is around the corner and I would plan on doing a spooky, scary Friday nights, but there's just not enough Fridays till Halloween. So I'm going to do the more less scary ones prior. So I'm going to just pin back my bangs. And if you have a little kid, you can do the same to them. Or you can take your handy dandy squirt bottle that's just filled with water and spritz down their area. So I feel like I look like a camp counselor in this blue today, but it's a new shirt, so I figured I would try it out. So that being said, let's get started. Today, what we're going to be using is my dirty white. This is what we're going to be using to make the gray that I want to use. And it's okay if it has a tint of blue, because I think werewolves look cool with blue. That's just me. We're going to be using our melted black. We're going to be using our white, our super bright white. We're going to be using a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit of red. So we're going to make sure that we have that ready to go. And I'm thinking I might want to use blue. I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'm going to get that out and ready just in case I choose to go that way. And if you don't have to use blue, if you want to add some color to your wolf and you want to make him or her a little purple, you can go ahead and do that too. I feel like because I'm wearing blue, I kind of want to match. So we're going to let that happen like that today. So what we're going to need is not a gigantic brush, but our medium-sized one. Look, I already got paint on me from unscrewing the lids. Always make sure you look at your hands before you touch the little kids' faces, because you might get paint smudges all over the work that you just did. So always keep an eye on that. So we're going to use this guy. We're going to use the one slightly smaller size of him. We're going to use our detail brush. And I want to avoid using a sponge today because I know not everyone has access to a sponge. And I know you might not even have access to paintbrushes, but these you can easily get at Walmart. I don't know what kind of sponges Walmart has. I get mine off of Amazon and then I cut them in half. And I get I don't know if you can really, it's very like soft. Like it's not super porous. It allows for a very even application of the paint. But anywho, we're not doing that anyway, so we're going to get back to our brushes. I'm going to use this guy. I've been quite fond of him lately. So I'm excited to do a werewolf. I love the idea of wolves. I used to work with young adults with special needs, and one of them just loved wolves, and it was so cool. I just loved watching his obsession with them. It was cool because every time something happened, he was like, "Ooh, wolves," and I was like, "Ah." All right, so let's get started. We're going to take our spritzer and we are going to wet down our black and our dirty white. It's the only thing I can really explain what it is. I'm going to take the bigger brush that I mentioned earlier. I think it's size 6. All right, and we are just going to scoop up just a little bit of black, just a little bit. We're going to take it into this guy. And look, simple gray. And you can keep mixing. One of the reasons why I use a squirt bottle, in case you haven't seen any of my other videos, is because I use water-based paints. Those easily come off with soap and water. I find that they're less aggressive on the skin, especially when it comes to children. So that's when I use water-based paints. If you're curious to know what kind of paints and how I load my sponges and how I load my brushes and stuff, I have a video on that you can check out. I'm going to be re-uploading it because I think it's important, because everyone always asks me, "Oh, what paints do you use?" And I just do this for fun. So I don't have any sponsors. I don't have any of that nonsense. I just do this for me. So, all right. So with that, I am going to get my image that I want to go off of. Okay. So we're going to start with the nose. we are just going to fill in our nose. The reason why I'm using a smaller brush instead of the fatter one is because I have a feeling like when I do the more detailed bits of it, that I want it to look like fur. And so the more spread out it is, the more feathery it is. I have a feeling that I'll get the desired look that I want. So I'm just going to do like this on both sides. And then once, it's really just a backdrop for what we're going to do, because we're going to be doing a lot of shading. And we're going to be doing black and white, but I want to have an outline of where I'm going, so that way I don't fiddle-dud my way around. So if you notice, I'm just like kind of outlining, and then I'm going out. I love Halloween. Always have. It's a chance for you to be anything you want to be. And to kids, that just opens up a whole world of possibilities. I'm a school bus driver, for those who don't know, and we're not really busy right this moment, but I finally lost enough weight to fit into a Miss Frizzle dress. Oh my gosh, was I so happy. I got that dress in September, and I steamed it, so I got all of the wrinkles out, and I was just so happy. And then when Halloween came, I played what is it, Magic School Bus audiobooks on my radio, so my kids knew who Miss Frizzle was, because I was always afraid of that. Like, they would be like, who's Miss Frizzle? And I'd be like, God help me. Just kidding. I know I'm over dramatic. All right, we're going to draw an ear right here. So to help you with keeping it pretty parallel, try to line them up. I'm trying to go out and in. We're going to fill up this area with the ear, but I wanted to have the outline of the ear and try to make them as close as possible. And I don't want a big old fat ear. I just want like something like that. Just kind of like two little evil horns. Even though I do not think wolves are evil, I'm not a big fan of people who hunt wolves, because I think that they're just doing their job. Kind of look like an owl right now, I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. We're gonna get through this. It's not gonna be like this forever, I promise. So we're gonna rinse that. Oh, anyways, so we got to the Halloween, and they already know who Miss Frizzle is, and I show up driving the school bus in red wig and my Miss Frizzle dress, and I have red high top Converse rain boot looking things, and the kids are just losing their minds. And I get to school, and all the teachers want to take pictures with me, and I'm just driving around town looking like Miss Frizzle. I really wanted to put eyeballs on the front of my bus so it could be like the Magic School Bus, but I couldn't. And then I wanted my boyfriend to be the giant lizard, but he wasn't down for that. So he let me make him a shirt that says something about I'm pretending to be a lizard, and had a picture of Liz, Miss Frizzle's lizard on him. I thought it was cute. And everyone else did too, because they know that my boyfriend isn't a big fan of that, of dressing up. He loves dressing up, but not as a giant lizard. All right, so we're just going to come up. Remember I said that we're going to use, and this is the same brush, I just cleaned it, the same one that we used for the gray. And don't worry if you get a little bit into the gray, because we are going to do a very, what is it? I don't want to say tentative, but a very wistful outline. All right, so I like that. And we're going to fill this in brown. And I think I might go back and touch up right here with a little bit more of gray. It's okay to change your mind in the middle of face paint. No one is going to look at you funny. And if they do, that's on them. You know, I went around town yesterday, and I went through a couple of drive-thrus and did a Walmart drive-thru pickup with a giant talking fish on my face. And I think it took the willpower of almost everyone to not be like, what is on your face? I was dying. I was like, oh, they're such, ew. I want to say kids, but like they're like early 20s kids or adults working at Walmart, and it was just cracking me up. They were trying so hard to be very polite and not say anything about the crazy lady wearing face paint. Because in your car, you don't need to wear your mask. Because I cracked my window just a little bit, but I stayed away from my window. Okay, so see how we're doing a little bit of fur right there? We're just gonna load up our white paint like we did with our black. And if you don't know what I mean by load up, I'll show you real quick. So my brush is already wet. We're just going to rotate and swipe. You want your brush to be nice and sharp. I'm going to start drawing the, I don't want to say muzzle, maybe it is muzzle. We're going to go here and going to go like this and up like that. And this whole area is going to be white, so I don't know why I put that there, but we're just going to draw from the corner of our nose right here in the crease. And we're going to follow our laugh lines and hook in. So this one's a little bit more bigger, and I kind of like it bigger. Maybe if I fill it in, we'll see. Now this is the area where you can use a bigger brush. I'm just feeling a little lazy, and I really like just using one brush right now because I'm not looking for any desired effect. I do, however, want to get this done before my work meeting because I enjoy the shock and awe of people see my face in the morning all dressed up. So I'm wetting my brush because my paint got a little dry, and I'm just wetting and I'm swirling like I showed you. Oh, look, that came out nice and easy. We're just going back and forth, and we're recovering some of the gray that got dripped in. We're not covering the nose because we're going to be covering that in black for the nose. Ooh, got in my nose. All right, so I think I went down a little bit on this side and not enough on this side. So I'm just wetting my brush again. If you don't want to get your brush super wet, that's okay. You can just use a spritzer. So I'm just going to go down. There, I think that's what I wanted. Little tip right here. And you don't have to go as big as me. If you want a small muzzle or mouth area, you totally can. There we go. I don't typically like using, I normally like using my sponge. Like I said, I'm trying something different today because I want everyone to be able to do it. And so I normally don't like to do large areas with a paintbrush because you get these little streaks and they bug the crap out of me, or stuff out of me. So we're just gonna have to let that dry and come back over it later. We're gonna have to see. Okay, but it's okay. It's totally okay now if I just wanted to stop fiddling with it, because I'm the only one that's going to be seeing the streaks and be picking them apart. Probably no one else is ever going to even notice. So we're going to continue on with, wait, let me see something. You know, I want to do a little mouth right here. So we're going to go down here. My lip is going to be my tongue. I'm just going to cut right above the chin. Oh, it tickles. Right below the lip. And if you want, you can make it a hairy one. Just add a little rough lines. I cracked myself up. All right, so we're going to get back to doing what we originally started before I got carried away. We are just going to add lines. If you notice, I'm just grabbing from the gray and I'm pulling it out and dropping it. We're going to repeat the same to this side. So you load up your brush. So the wetter your paint is, the more smoother it's going to go on, which is going to give you the least amount of grief. So because I am painting my own face, my face might look a little different from side to side. So I'm going to try to be as similar as possible, but I notice that my hand's always heavy when I paint the left side of my face with my right hand, because I'm right-handed. And so when you paint yourself or when you paint your kids or anyone else, you might not have that issue. But if you're like me, you're going to have that issue. So I'm just going to wet my white brush because I want to fill in my eyebrows and I want to use the gray. So we're not going to clean the white. There's no real point because it's gray. Like, it's going to take the white and it's going to manipulate it into the color that we want. So you just get your brush nice and wet and you just swirl. Might be a little bit of a lighter gray, and if you're scared about that, just take your little bit of your black on the tip of your paintbrush and go back in. So I want to have my paint is a wee bit dry now, so now I'm gonna have to re-wet. Just keep playing with the colors until you get what you want. There's no point in pretending, oh, I'm just totally happy with that shade. I'm just gonna let it be. Play with it. That's why I keep all my old almost dead paints, and I get new ones and I just open up the new ones because I know that I can manipulate the old ones into what I want them to be. So I'm just going to cover my natural eyebrow here, a little bit above it at the end, because I want the wolf I'm going to have my wolf be like a you touched my steak kind of vibe to him. So, I mean, and you can have a happy one. You don't need to make my face. You can be like, I'm happy. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. But that's one of the reasons I do this, is because A, I'm bored at home, and B, I miss my kids. I miss hanging out. I miss talking to them about what's going on at school. I just miss their creativity and what they do, and I miss them. I miss the karaoke rides on my way home on my bus. And that's always been super fun for me. It's just blasting the radio and having all of my kids just sing along. It's always been one of the highlights of being a bus driver, in my opinion. That and the paid vacations. Because when the kids are off, you're off, for the most part, until nowadays. I guess not, but anyways, yeah, paid vacations is a great motivator to stay a bus driver. That and vacation, see, I got vacation stuck in my brain. So I went a little heavy on this one, so I think I'm going to try to copy over here and try to bring it down a little bit, like that. And if you want to touch up under your eye, like I see over here, I went higher and I'm a little over here, do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in a little bit here, and I'm going to go out like so. And I'm just going to touch up in between the little mix here. Just blending it. If at any time, and I'm sure you're already aware of this, if at any time you get super bored with hearing me ramble, you can easily just mute me or fast forward me. I am not going to be offended. I've done that to plenty of videos before. It's just me talking here. If you want to listen, totally listen. If you don't, I'm not going to be upset. Okay, so now we're going to take the flat black. We are going to be doing right here on the underline. This is going to be black, and we are going to try to outline. I like it because it gets sharp. If you can tell, it gets super sharp, and that's going to help us get the fine lines we want for the muzzle. And then after that, we're going to go in with a detail brush. So I'm probably not going to use the blue like I thought, because I'm digging the gray. And I got plenty of blue all over me. Excuse me a second, I need a drink. Sorry, I'm a little parched. It's okay. It's okay. That was all ice water. Or rock star. My doggie is protecting me. She's sitting at my feet right now. She thought the ice chattering was a danger. But I still love her. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with her later, growling at her. And I'll be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. She's pretty much immune to me now. All right, so we are going to touch right here. So find where your eyebrow is and go follow the gray underneath your eyebrow and go back. And I am going to take mine. I'm going to drop it a little bit. I do not want to cover my eye. I do want to get this right here to connect down here. So just follow. If you need to do smaller strokes, do smaller strokes. I am just trying to cover this area. And if your paint gets dry or it snags on your skin, it's okay. Just go back and wet it a little bit. So I can already see them a little rough right here. So I want it to be softer. So I'm going to try to smooth it out. I'm going to take some water. I'm touching up my brush and my black paint. And there we go. There. Kind of feel like a raccoon or just really big eyes. And trust me, it will look like a wolf at the end of this. All right, now here's the hard part, trying to make it even. Like I said, add as much water as you feel like you need. And if you think you have too much water in your breast, test it out on your skin. Just go like this, boom, and then you're like, okay. If it snags on your skin or drags a little too rough, then you know, ooh, I need more water. Or maybe you don't. So if you notice, I'm trying to connect the gray and a little bit of the white. So we're gonna follow. Once I get a little wild hair out of here. We're gonna follow here and bring it on down. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get it even. But it's not always as simple as said. So I'm gonna fill in right here. And we're gonna bring it down right here. And it's okay. We are going to do like I said earlier, whimsical outline. So I'm not scared about where it's connecting with the gray. Once you're done, no one's going to pay attention to any of that. All right, I think, other than I think I went a little too thick right here. It's okay, you can even it out. I'm happy with it. That's all that I'm worried about. It's either, are the kids happy with it or am I happy with it? You're the only one that's going to judge you. Your kids, and I say this in every video, your kids are going to love the fact that you even tried. They're going to be like, oh my God, look what my mom did. They're going to be showing it off for years if you take a picture. So this part is where we're going to be doing the muzzle. I keep looking down because I have my reference drawing right here. So if you are wondering, like, what is she looking at? It's because I'm looking down. All right, so we are going to go and rotate the brush in between your fingers. All right, it's a little, because I rotated as I went. You just grab it and you pull it down. Grab and pull. And out right here a little thicker. Now I'm going to have a couple teeth, like fangs, canines. Sorry. And we're going to do the same to the other side. But this time we're going to start from the nose and drag down. And so whatever easier is on you, and to make the line thicker, I'm just going to retrace and press down harder, like that. Ooh. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. So now that that is that, let me, right. I want to do the nose because I just hate seeing this the way it is. So we're just going to take our thing, or where we connected it right here, and we are just going to go across, right where our nostrils is more accurate. Try to go as straight as possible, but like I said, you're the only one that cares. Paint in my nose. All right, struggles. All right, and fill it in. If you want, you can get in the nostril, fill in all your skin color. And I hope everyone is at home and as safe as they can be. If you hear any noises in the background, it's because my family is home and we're all together and we're trying to be as quarantining as much as possible, except to have my weaknesses, like yard sales, staying decently far away. But anyways, so if you hear noises, it's because we're all trying to practice safety by being indoors as much as possible. Other than long walks. Oh, tickle, tickle, tickle. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line so I have a reference right here. I'm going to connect this nostril to right here. We're going to go like that. Same other side, this nostril. And bring it in. And we're going to put some white highlights right there. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going in my nose. Oh, I don't know why. I find myself hysterical. Okay, so we're going to keep going. So now that I have that, I'm going to let this try to simmer down and settle. Maybe I'll, I want the upper lip to be black. So I might do that, but then I had to stop talking. Okay, we'll wait on that. Why am I so funny to only myself? Okay, so we were talking about angry eyebrows earlier. So I'm going to furl. We're going to furl, and I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to touch where my eyebrows furrow. Furrow? I don't know. And then right here. And I want it to come up because that's where my line is. Just up here. And that's a hot mess. It's okay. It's okay. Now that we marked our area, we're going to take one of the smaller brushes, this guy. We're going to, is it that one smaller or is this one smaller? No, this is the smallest one. We're going to take it, we're going to take our black. And I just dipped it in water, so it's going to be wet all the way up through the bristles. So what I do is I dab it on the dry towel. And that's okay. All right, now we're going to take this. And we are going to turn this hot mess of eyebrows into not a hot mess of eyebrows. So try to round like that. Round or square, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go here and I'm going to follow up. I'm going to connect the black to this. And we're going to just put another indent right here to make it look like multiple things. Because I can't really fix that. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I wouldn't be able to get the right gray back. Or we could easily just go like this. Pull up like that. And same with this guy. I can go up. There. Oh. Boom. We're going to connect it though, right here. Because now it looks like it's meant to be there more, like it's furrowing her. And that's kind of what we're going for. We're going to say it is. I want his eyebrow to be squared off, and I'm going to follow it all the way over. And this guy, he has his eyebrow going up, but we're going to follow it this way as well. Like that. Has anyone seen Balto? I know it's from the mid-90s. Balto, I love that movie, that cartoon. As a kid, I always thought it was fun, and then you could mush, or, you know, anyways. This kind of reminded me of Bolta when I did the square eyebrows. All right, so we are just going down like this. We're just bringing the ears in. I start from the top, and we're just bringing it in, like so. And then we're going to pull from the center right here. And we are just going to light whimsical flicks out to show that it's hairy. Sorry if you're experiencing an earthquake in my video. It's because my table is a tiny folding table that my camera is attached to a device. So there's that. Arr, so close. Almost done. I only have a few minutes left. Okay, so now I want to outline the ears on this side. So we're gonna grab and try to round them up. So it's like that. See what I'm doing? I kind of want that to be a little, yeah. Okay, same with this side. We are going to come here and we are going to round and bring up like that. And I went a little aggressive because it was less on my face, so I did like a hairy, doing like a hairy ear. Like that. Oh, no, that looks kind of weird. It's okay. It's me, so I'm happy with it. I think it looks weird, but let's see if I can make it look less weird. No, it's just gonna look weird. Kind of look like a bunny rabbit. So what I'm going to do to try in the black is I'm going to come down like this, and I'm going to curve it in like that. So you're going to come from the top, and you just curve it in around the white whimsical hairy. There, see? Boom, fixed it. I have my moments. But I also have issues with BBLs, big black and bold lines. Or that's BBBL. No, I like BBL more. Anyways, so now we're going to do like a snarl. Oh, look at my snarl. So we are going to take advantage of that. I'm going to just follow right here and follow right here. And one more and one more. Okay, it doesn't look like much now, but trust me. So we're going to take it from where we were, and we're going to pull here, and we are going to drop down to the muzzle. We are going to pull from here and drop down to right there. And you can connect the black a little bit more right here. So, sorry, I have issues. I'm going to try the same to this side and try to get all to match. Okay, so I'm thinking I want to bring these snarls like a little sharper on the inside, like so. All right, and we are just going to get our paintbrush a little wet because it glides over the skin the wetter it is. So we're just shaking it from the thick line, and we're bringing it in like that. Sorry, I'm being watched from behind. All right, so now we are going to take our black, and we are going to outline our little beard here. And like I said, we're going to do little whimsical marks like so. Just lightly touch, make it look furry. You want, you know, have fun with it. I'm going to put a couple dots right here. Okay, that didn't really turn out to be a dot. And you need to. Or if you have Q-tips available, you can always use Q-tips. Just dip them in your paint. I don't have any available right now, so I'm going to try my best to make little round circles like this. And same with over here. Go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, now, let's see. I'm going to take this and I'm going to, if you have a sponge, use a sponge. I have to use a sponge for this one, guys. Actually, I don't. Let's not. I'm going to take my dry brush. I'm going to lightly brush a paintbrush like that. So see how it's like very light. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. See how it like gives that look? I'm going to do that right here to give it kind of like a hairy thing going on. If you want, you can brush it up like that. Yep, just like that. See? Adds a little bit of depth, and I'm just going to do a little bit more for the cheek right here. I'm grabbing from the gray and I'm pulling down to the white. So if you don't have a sponge, this is one of the things you can do. And then touching up a little bit more to do the other side. Just like that. I kind of want to do it right here too. Oh, I'm happy with it. Okay, so we're gonna mince off that black, and then we're gonna take our detail brush, this little guy right here. And we're gonna make sure we're gonna get him a little wet, dap him off on the dry towel, and then we are gonna go in with our black. I'm gonna spritz our black just to make sure that it's very agreeable with working with us right now. And we're gonna take that and we're just going to roll. Take it, our brush, and roll between our fingers. Okay, and now we are going to do this fun, I like this. You just go back and forth just like that. Don't even have to lift. And if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I just like the motion of going back and forth. That, and I'm going to do it a little bit more right here. More like I'm just going to pull down. Cover black, add just a little extra. And then, I'm not going to rinse this off yet. We're just going to set that to the side. I'm going to take, I already told you I was going to cover my lip black. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to take one of my bigger brushes because I want to do this as fast as possible. And with the large brushes, you can cover more area. So we're going to go, and we're going to go, try to go straight across, like that. And it didn't work out, hurry. So I'm just going to not even at all. Okay, we're trying to let this dry. Okay, so while you're letting that dry, we're gonna take on our other little guys. You can understand. That's not how it go faster. So we're gonna make my lower lip the tongue. I might not actually cover it in red at all because I have a pink lip. But I want to add a couple teeth right here. I'm feeling like I'm missing the part. And I already have enough teeth in my mouth, but we're going to add a couple of teeth in here. So I'm getting my brush nice and clean because I used it for black earlier, so I don't want gray. So I'm cleaning it off very well. Then I'm spritzing the white. And we're going to try and rotate. Load up your brush like I showed you earlier. And once we're done with the teeth, we'll do a couple of white highlights in places so it's not so dark. All right, test it out on yourself. I think that's just the way I want it. Okay, so I'm gonna have teeth right here. Canine. Just like that. And right here. You want to add, you can add another one. I kind of do. You don't have to add teeth if you don't want to. I am. I just wanted a little tooth. Little tooth. It reminds me of any Land Before Time. I know I talk cartoon, but literally I work with kids for a living and grown-up kids. So, anyways, Land Before Time. Oh, love Land Before Time. So we're gonna do our detail line that I told you about. We're just gonna go down the center like that, and we are going to go just push up and slight hook like that. So our snouts look like snouts. And I want a couple of white streaks right here. And I wanted to just like a couple right there. And I want to add a little oomph to right here. Okay, now we're going to go back with our black detail brush I told you not to clean. And we're going to get it a little damp with the wet paint that we already black. We're going to outline our teeth right here. So you're going to go like that. Follow the shape that you just made. I'm really impressed that my lines are thin. And see here. And then we're going like that. And then I'm just going to draw a line right here. And I'm going to outline the bottom of my lip. Right here. I've been good with lip liner. Or any eyeliner. Or any liner at all. I'm such a dork. Okay. I think that we are done. I could do more detailing, but I don't want to. I'm not going to spritz it. I'm not going to make it glittery. Actually, no, I lied. Well, not about the glitter part. Where's white? I'm going to take the brush I just did with white. I want to outline real quick the top of the nose. I feel like it's getting lost right here. We're just going to outline it in white. I'm just going to turn gray. I want to add a little bit. You could have stopped at any time. You do not have to do what I'm doing. I just like to get carried away. I'm just trying to add a little bit of light and add dimensions. There. Oh, I'm so happy. Ooh. Okay, we're done. I guys hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like my werewolf. Ooh. I hope your kids like it too. If they want to tell me what they're going to be for Halloween, I'd like that, or what you're going to be for Halloween. I'm thinking about Wonder Woman. I'm stuck between Wonder Woman or Miss Frizzle again, but we'll see. All right, bye guys. Have a great day.